So this is my STIHL Wood Boss 024 AV, and this saw has been sitting right there for about a few months, and it leaked. It's leaking oil real bad. Now I've watched a few videos online that show, that there's a lot of similar chainsaws to this, and oil line goes right through here. Um, I don't see it. So I'm going to start disassembling this to find it, to find where the oil line is and how it gets up to here. And we're going to try to fix this oil leak. This is my backup saw. I have a MS291 that I use for pretty much everything, but I'd like this to run. I got it off of Craigslist for $100. So I'm I don't have a whole lot of money invested in it. So I'm going to start by taking off these two screws and this screw here, and see, maybe this one also, and see if this panel and probably the clutch will have to come off too. That's what I'm going to do. Take that off and see where I'm at. See if I can find an oil line. Something is leaking, and it's leaking the whole thing of bar oil out. It's driving me crazy. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so there is an oil line right there that runs, I believe, down here behind this clutch. So I'm going to take the clutch off. I took the spark plug out. I'm going to feed some rope into there and then pull it until it's tight, or spin this over until I can break it loose and get that off of there. Okay, so I got this all apart, and it appears as I didn't have to take most of the screws out of all the rest of the stuff. I just had to take the clutch off. This is the oil pump. It runs on a gear behind here. I'm going to have to take both of these screws out, and then I believe the part that I'm looking for that's leaking is in here. I don't think this little pipe right there is leaking. All it does is push oil out onto the bar. I believe the pipe that goes right down through there is the culprit and is what is leaking. So I'm going to take those two screws off, and you'll see what's behind it. This is backwards, so righty loosey, lefty tighty, and you can see the piece of string I got in there to stop the piston from turning over, and you turn it clockwise to break it loose. Okay, so here's the inside of the oil pump. This is the worm drive gear that drives the oil pump. This is the oil pump. That is what I need to replace, I believe. I think that's what's leaking. And yeah, I'm going to try to pull it out with pliers. I'm going to pull it straight out and see what happens. And hopefully, I bought a rebuild kit off of Amazon. I know it's not factory parts, and they're probably not going to last. But like I said, this is not my main saw. It's just backup. So we'll see. The whole kit from Amazon was only $6. It came with new fuel line, fuel filter, oil hose, air filter, and a spark plug. So we'll see. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, then I'll go buy the legit parts. But yeah, here's where we're at. Okay, so there's the oil line that popped out of that hole. There's a ton of oil behind it. I didn't drain it yet. I think I have all of this in the new kit. I don't know where it's at, but I'm going to go find it and we'll reinstall it. Okay, so this is what came in this kit from Amazon. Obviously, it's made in China, but fuel line, air breather. I don't know where this goes just yet. Fuel, pulse line for something. I think also fuel. And this, which looks very similar to the original. So I'm going to put this new oil end on here and put it back together, and we'll see if it works. Okay, so I just got this all put back together. New tube is in there. I took way too much apart. All you got to do is take this clutch off. And now that I have the clutch off, all I got to do is put this back together counterclockwise. I'll tighten that up, and then this goes over it, and that goes back on. And I'm going to set this on a shop towel. I'm going to clean the bottom up real well, set it on a shop towel, and let it sit for a couple of days, and I will show you the result, whether it's still leaking or not. We are 5 days later after changing this. I ran it to make sure that the oiler was working, and everything worked well. And let's see what the paper underneath looks like. So this little bit right here, I believe should be there because I ran it, so it did have oil on the bar and chain. But this is not bad for 5 days. You know, I got some. I'll put a couple pieces of paper towel down in the bottom of the chainsaw case to soak up anything that leaks, but that's not bad compared to, you could see that mark where it was for a little over a week. So good fix, $6 on Amazon for the whole deal. I haven't done the fuel lines yet, but I probably will. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you. If it does, please subscribe.